if the most outlandish, seemingly ridiculous ideas from history were actually correct all along? What if a handful of visionary thinkers were laughed at, ridiculed, and even punished for proposing concepts that would one day be proven as undeniable scientific fact, fundamentally changing our understanding of the universe? In this video, we're diving into 10 bizarre theories that were once dismissed as insane but were ultimately proven to be true, exploring the incredible foresight, the stubborn resistance of the scientific community, and the profound paradigm shifts that followed. From continents that drift across the globe to diseases caused by invisible germs, get ready to see how the most radical ideas can sometimes hold the deepest truths. And trust me, the number one theory on this list was so revolutionary, its acceptance completely redefined humanity's place in the cosmos, turning centuries of established belief on its head. You're about to explore the fascinating history of scientific discovery, the human cost of challenging the status quo, and the brilliant minds that dared to believe the unbelievable. Can you imagine a time when the idea of continents slowly drifting across the planet was considered a ludicrous fantasy? Stick around, because I'm going to reveal the story of the man who was ridiculed for this very idea. Before we explore these vindicated geniuses, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, share this with a friend who loves a good underdog story, and if you haven't already, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more mind-bending content from 360 World. And I want to hear from you. Which of these now proven theories do you find the most difficult to believe was ever considered crazy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. 10. The germ theory of disease. Invisible killers. What if an entire medical establishment believed that diseases were caused by bad air or imbalances in the body, while a lone few insisted that invisible, microscopic organisms were the true culprits? Imagine a world of unhygienic hospitals and unsanitary practices, with doctors refusing to wash their hands because the idea of a germ was considered a ridiculous fantasy. This isn't just bad medicine. The germ theory of disease, once dismissed, is now the cornerstone of modern medicine, a simple yet revolutionary idea that saved countless lives and completely transformed our understanding of health. Why did doctors initially reject the idea of germs? In the 19th century, the prevailing belief in medicine was the miasma theory, which held that diseases like cholera and the Black Death were caused by miasma, a noxious form of bad air emanating from decaying organic matter. Doctors and surgeons routinely performed procedures without washing their hands or sterilizing their instruments. Ignaz Semmelweis, a Hungarian physician, observed that hand washing with a chlorine solution dramatically reduced the death rate in maternity wards. But his ideas were ridiculed and rejected by the medical community for years. It wasn't until Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch later provided irrefutable evidence for the existence of bacteria and their role in disease that the theory was finally accepted. The germ theory, once seen as a bizarre and unnecessary obsession, is now the foundation of public health, sanitation, and all modern medical practices, a testament to how a crazy idea can save the world. Invisible killers causing disease. What other medical beliefs were once considered absurd but are now fact? Let me know in the comments. And brace yourself, because our next theory involved a groundbreaking idea about a universal force. 9. Dark energy, the universe's mysterious accelerant. Imagine that decades after the Big Bang theory was accepted, scientists discovered that the universe's expansion isn't slowing down, but is actually accelerating at an incredible rate, driven by a mysterious, unseen force? What if this dark energy, a concept so bizarre it sounds like sci-fi, accounts for nearly 70% of the entire universe's energy density, leaving cosmologists utterly baffled? This isn't just a new discovery. Dark energy, a completely unexpected and counterintuitive force, was a crazy theory that emerged from cosmological observations and is now a cornerstone of modern physics, challenging our fundamental understanding of the universe's ultimate fate. What is this mysterious force that's pushing everything apart? For decades after Edwin Hubble's discovery of an expanding universe, the prevailing theory was that gravity from all the matter in the cosmos would eventually slow this expansion, perhaps even reversing it in a big crunch. However, in the late 1990s, observations of distant supernova revealed something astonishing. The expansion of the universe was accelerating. This implied the existence of a repulsive force dubbed dark energy, pushing everything apart. The nature of dark energy remains one of the greatest mysteries in modern science, but its existence is a scientific fact supported by overwhelming evidence. It was a completely unexpected, crazy idea that forced a profound paradigm shift in cosmology, redefining the universe's destiny. A repulsive force pushing the cosmos apart. What does this mysterious energy mean for the future of the universe? Don't go anywhere, because our next theory suggests the planet's surface isn't fixed. 8. Continental drift, floating continents. Have you ever looked at a world map and noticed how the coastlines of Africa and South America seem to fit together like puzzle pieces? What if a German meteorologist proposed that all the continents were once a single giant landmass and have been slowly drifting apart for millions of years? An idea that was initially ridiculed and dismissed by the scientific community. This isn't just a coincidence. Continental drift, proposed by Alfred Wegener in 1912, was a crazy theory that was rejected for decades, only to be proven correct by overwhelming evidence and become the foundation of modern plate tectonics. How did a seemingly simple observation become so controversial? In 1912, Alfred Wegener proposed that the Earth's continents were once a single supercontinent, which he named Pangaea, and had drifted apart over millions of years. His evidence included the matching coastlines, identical fossil records found on different continents, and similar geological formations. However, the scientific community of his time ridiculed him because he couldn't propose a convincing mechanism for how the continents moved. The idea of solid continents plowing through the ocean floor was considered physically impossible. Wegener died in 1930 without his theory ever being accepted. It wasn't until the 1960s, with the discovery of seafloor spreading and the study of the Earth's mantle, that a mechanism for plate tectonics was finally understood, proving Wegener's crazy theory to be true and revolutionizing geology. Continents floating across the globe. What other simple observations are hiding monumental truths? Up next, a theory that turned the universe on its head. 7. The heliocentric model. The Earth isn't the center. What if the most brilliant minds of an era believed that the Earth was the unmoving center of the universe, and every star, planet, and celestial body revolved around it? Imagine a lone astronomer proposing a radical, heretical idea that the Earth actually revolves around the Sun, a theory that was suppressed and punished by the powerful authorities of the time. This isn't just an astronomical model. The heliocentric model, proposed by Copernicus and championed by Galileo, was a crazy theory that was fiercely resisted for over a century, only to be proven as fact, forever changing our cosmic perspective. Why was it so terrifying to believe the Earth wasn't the center? For over a millennium, the geocentric model, where the Earth was the center of the universe, was the accepted view, supported by the Church and seemingly by direct observation. Nicolaus Copernicus published his heliocentric model in 1543, but it gained little traction. It was Galileo Galilei who, in the early 17th century, used his telescope to observe the phases of Venus and the moons of Jupiter, providing direct evidence that celestial bodies did not revolve around Earth. For his support of this crazy theory, Galileo was tried by the Inquisition, forced to recant his views, and spent the rest of his life under house arrest. Decades later, Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motion provided the mathematical and physical framework to fully prove the heliocentric model, vindicating Galileo and solidifying a new, more accurate understanding of our solar system. The Earth, just a planet orbiting a star. What other comforting truths are we clinging to that will one day be overturned? Don't go anywhere, because our next theory revealed a hidden layer of the universe. 6. The existence of black holes, the ultimate cosmic vacuum. Have you ever imagined a place in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape? What if the very idea of a black hole, a region of space-time that has undergone gravitational collapse, was considered a bizarre, almost fantastical prediction of a new theory, a theoretical curiosity that couldn't possibly be real? This isn't just a science fiction concept. The existence of black holes, a direct prediction of Einstein's theory of general relativity, was a crazy theory that was debated for decades, only to be proven by overwhelming astronomical evidence and become one of the most profound realities of our universe. How do you find a place you can't see? Einstein's theory of general relativity, published in 1915, provided the mathematical framework for the existence of black holes. However, Einstein himself was skeptical, believing that such a phenomenon would violate the laws of physics and could not exist in reality. It wasn't until the 1960s, with the discovery of quasars and other high-energy phenomena in space, that astronomers began to take the idea seriously. In 1971, Cygnus X1 was confirmed as the first likely black hole candidate. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope project finally captured the first direct image of a black hole, solidifying their existence. The journey from crazy theory to proven fact for black holes took over a century, showcasing the power of a groundbreaking idea to lead us to the most astounding and terrifying truths about the cosmos. A place in space that swallows light. What other impossible predictions of physics are waiting to be proven? Coming up next, A bizarre theory about an invisible force of life. 5. The germ theory of disease. The theory of contagion. What if the most dangerous threats weren't from a supernatural force or a curse, but from invisible living organisms that you breathe, touch, and consume every day? What if the very idea of a contagion, an invisible force of sickness passed from person to person, was a bizarre, unproven theory that was fiercely resisted by the medical community for centuries? This isn't just about hygiene. The theory of contagion was a crazy idea that challenged centuries of medical belief, only to be proven correct and become the foundation of our understanding of infectious diseases and epidemics. Why was it so hard for people to believe in contagion? Long before germs were understood, people believed that diseases were caused by supernatural forces, divine punishment, or imbalances of humors in the body. The idea that a sick person could pass an invisible poison to a healthy one was a radical concept. The Italian physician Girolamo Fracastoro first proposed the idea of contagion in 1546, but it was largely ignored. It wasn't until the 19th century that scientists like Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch provided the irrefutable evidence for the existence of bacteria and their role in disease. The theory of contagion, once a crazy idea, is now the foundation of our understanding of epidemics, pandemics, and public health. It's a testament to how a simple truth, once resisted, can have a profound impact on humanity's survival. A hidden force of sickness, passed from person to person. What other invisible dangers are lurking in our daily lives? Don't go anywhere, because our next theory involves a hidden layer of genetics. 4. Epigenetics. Inheritance beyond the gene.
Have you ever considered that the life experiences, traumas,
or diet of your grandparents and great-grandparents could have left a permanent mark on your own DNA, influencing your health and behavior without altering a single gene? What if the idea of inherited traits is far more complex than simple genetics, involving a hidden layer of information passed down through generations? This isn't just a quirk of biology. Epigenetics, a crazy theory that was initially dismissed, is now a proven fact that reveals how environmental factors can turn genes on or off, and how these changes can be inherited, fundamentally changing our understanding of heredity. How can a grandmother's diet influence her grandchild's health? The modern synthesis of evolution, based on Darwin and Mendel, focused on changes in the DNA sequence itself. However, the idea of epigenetics, the study of heritable changes in gene expression that don't involve changes to the DNA sequence, was seen as a bizarre and unproven concept. It was believed that the experiences of an organism could not be passed down to its offspring. However, in the last few decades, overwhelming evidence has shown that environmental factors like diet, stress, and trauma can cause chemical modifications to the DNA, epigenetic marks, that can be inherited for several generations. For example, studies have shown that the diet of a grandmother during pregnancy can influence the health and weight of her grandchildren. This crazy theory is now a proven fact, revealing a profound and hidden layer of inheritance that links us directly to our ancestors' lives. Ancestral experiences encoded in your DNA. What hidden burdens or strengths have you unknowingly inherited? Now, prepare for the top 3, which delve into the most profound and revolutionary theories of all. The next one is about the ultimate nature of time. 3. The Big Bang Theory, the universe's beginning. Could the entire universe have begun from a single, impossibly hot and dense point? A singularity that expanded and cooled over billions of years to create all the stars, galaxies, and life we see today? What if this crazy idea, a cosmological theory that was initially ridiculed and mocked, is now the most widely accepted scientific explanation for the universe's origin? This isn't just a theory. The Big Bang Theory, a profound and revolutionary idea, was once a crazy concept that was fiercely resisted, only to be proven correct by overwhelming evidence and become the foundation of modern cosmology. How did the universe begin with a bang? The Big Bang Theory, initially proposed by Georges Lemaître in the 1920s, suggested that the universe began from a single hot point. This idea was fiercely resisted by many, including Sir Fred Hoyle, who coined the term Big Bang as a pejorative. However, in 1964, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, while working with a radio antenna, discovered a faint, pervasive background noise that they couldn't explain. This cosmic microwave background, CMB, radiation was later identified as the direct afterglow of the Big Bang, a powerful fossil from the universe's infancy. The discovery of the CMB provided irrefutable evidence for the Big Bang, turning a crazy theory into the cornerstone of modern cosmology. It's a testament to how the smallest observation can lead to the most profound truths about the universe's origin. The universe, born from a single point. What other cosmic origins are waiting to be revealed? Up next, a theory that revealed a hidden world of particles. 2. Quantum mechanics, a bizarre probabilistic universe. What if, on the smallest scale, the universe doesn't operate by predictable laws, but by bizarre rules of probability, where particles can be in 2 places at once, and observing a system can change its very nature? Imagine a world where the laws of physics that govern our daily lives completely break down, replaced by a strange, crazy reality of uncertainty and paradox. This isn't just a strange idea. Quantum mechanics, a revolutionary and deeply counterintuitive theory, was so bizarre that even Albert Einstein resisted it, famously saying, "God does not play dice with the universe." It's now the most accurate and well-tested theory of physics, revealing a hidden, probabilistic reality. How can a particle be in 2 places at once? In the early 20th century, physicists discovered that the world of subatomic particles did not behave according to classical physics. Instead, it was governed by strange, probabilistic rules, where particles could exist in a state of superposition, being in all possible states at once, and could be entangled with each other, affecting each other instantaneously over vast distances. This was so bizarre that it was met with fierce resistance, and even its pioneers struggled to accept its implications. However, decades of experiments, from the double-slit experiment to tests of quantum entanglement, have proven it to be the most accurate theory of physics ever devised, making it a cornerstone of all modern technology, from lasers to transistors. Quantum mechanics, a bizarre reality of probability. What other hidden laws of the universe are waiting to be discovered? And now, for the number one ultimate crazy theory that was proven true, a profound and simple idea that completely redefined our place in the world. This is the one that changed everything. 1. Evolution by natural selection, the story of life on Earth. What if all the incredible diversity of life on Earth, from humans and animals to plants and microbes, was not created by divine design, but slowly evolved over billions of years through a blind, undirected process of natural selection? Imagine a theory so revolutionary, so heretical, that it challenged religious dogma and scientific belief, proposing a simple mechanism for the emergence of all life from a single common ancestor. This isn't just a theory. Evolution by natural selection, proposed by Charles Darwin, was once a crazy idea that was fiercely resisted for over a century, only to be proven by overwhelming evidence and become the most profound and unifying scientific theory in all of biology, changing our understanding of life itself. How did a simple observation become so revolutionary? In 1859, Charles Darwin published On the Origin of Species, a book that proposed a simple yet revolutionary mechanism for the diversity of life on Earth: natural selection. He argued that organisms with traits that give them an advantage in their environment are more likely to survive and reproduce, passing on those traits to their offspring. This crazy idea was met with fierce resistance from religious leaders and much of the scientific community. It challenged the prevailing belief in a static, divinely created world, and proposed a story of life that was undirected, contingent, and based on a simple mechanism of adaptation. Over the next century, overwhelming evidence from genetics, fossil records, embryology, and comparative anatomy has proven Darwin's theory to be correct. It is now the most profound and unifying concept in all of biology, a simple idea that completely redefined our understanding of life on Earth. Evolution, a simple idea that changed the world. What other profound and simple truths are we missing in our daily lives? If these bizarre theories that turned out to be true left you speechless, then you absolutely have to check out our next video right here, where we explore even more strange scientific phenomena that defy current understanding. You won't want to miss it. And remember, if you only scrolled to the end of this video, you missed out on the chilling reality of continental drift and the amazing existence of black holes. Definitely go back and watch those parts. Before you go, hit that like button one last time. Share this video with anyone who loves a good historical expose. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the 360 World community, and let's keep exploring the cosmos' most profound and baffling secrets together. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and keep an open mind about the crazy ideas